Welcome to another edition of the Studio City Aftershow. I'm James Lott Jr., and I am your host. And this episode was one of my favorites because it was so different and unique than other shows in the series. It's episode 3, My Authentic Life. And when it starts out, when I first saw it the first time, because now I've watched it several times, when I saw it the first time, didn't know what to expect. And when I saw it, it's like, oh, okay. And it's one of the shorter episodes. It's only like it's not like 7 minutes or so. But those 7 minutes pack a punch. They do. I feel like everyone should see this episode 3 of Studio City. I mean, everyone should be required viewing for everyone. I'm going to tell you why in a sec. Thank you so much for watching the other episodes. Thank you so much. We've been having a lot of fun doing this. I've been having fun doing this. The show is getting so much attention. It's been so wonderful. So thank you for letting me be a part of this. A shout out to all the actors. I'm bringing more actors on the show. They've won a couple of ISAs. They're up for some daytime Emmys coming up. So there's a lot going on, and this show really does deserve it. As always, opens up with a scene from the show. Hearts on Fire, the number 2 soap in the country. I love when they keep saying that. Makes me laugh. And my buddy, Scott Turner Schofield, is Dr. Brantley on the show. Plays Max in real life. And of course, Sean Kanan and Pierce have a scene together. And it continues the story of how they're going to possibly kill off this character, I guess. At this point, we don't know what's going to happen with this character on the screen. But we know there's some problems between him and Gloria, the producer. But he gets cancer. His character has cancer. I love when Sam, played by Sean, who's Dr. Pierce Hartley, looks at the camera and says a few words and is forced to redo the scene. It must be a trip. It's like a glimpse. This is like a glimpse into like what it must be like on soaps or how it was on certain soaps. I'm sure all soaps are different. But when you have backstage stuff going on, just like, and the writers are like, we're going to write this and we're going to do this to you. And it just must be so, I wish it could be a fly on the wall back in the day, some of the stuff that's going on. So you have that. And so, and Max and Sam decide to go to lunch and they're going to like hang out afterwards or whatever. And they go into the scene. That's the rest of the episode. It's a very powerful scene. I know why Scott got nominations for this scene. And the writing, I'm gonna give a shout out to the writing. Lauren DeNormany, Sean Kanan, and Timothy Woodward Jr. wrote this episode. Incredible. I mean, incredible. We've had Scott on the show and we talked about his work on there. But he's in a trans support group. And he's telling a story about his life. And the scene itself, I want you to watch. I'm not gonna tell you the script. You have to watch it yourself and see what's going on. But what I love is from the direction, the use of shooting behind him sometimes, shooting from the side sometimes, shooting from the front sometimes, showing some of the different trans members up close, in a group, far away. It's not frenetic. I mean, it may sound, I don't mean it sound like it's frenetic or anything. It's really, the pacing is very quiet. And it's very, it flows. And it's just like, they switch from this, they go from this angle. And Scott is talking the whole time. And the way he's talking is just so matter of fact. And I think anyone who's just not familiar with trans life, you get a glimpse of what it might be like through this speech in the support group. I got teary-eyed. And I love Scott. Scott knows how much I love him. I love him from the very beginning. I met him 4 or 5 years ago. And I know it was acting, but I know it comes from some parts of his real life. But it was just like, it was a powerful scene. I thought, wow, the direction, everything came together. To me, it's a pitch perfect scene. It all just came together. And I said I was teary-eyed and wanted to go find Scott and give him a hug, just because I thought it's a life that I can't even imagine, even though I've gone through my own stuff personally with my own journey. But I can't even imagine some of the things that some trans go through. And it was just a powerful, powerful episode. And kudos to Sean and Michelle and Timothy and everybody in charge who chose to tell this story, chose to include this story, chose to show a side of an actor, who, not in the traditional sense, what they may be going through off screen. And I just think everyone should be required viewing it. Everyone, this episode, My Authentic Life, episode 3. Watch it. So since that was a short episode, this is a short after show episode. There's not really much to say, because that's basically what's the episode. I want you to see the scene. Once you see it, comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me exactly what you think about what you saw. And it was good. It's good. I'm James Lott Jr., and this show is on every streaming service at this point now, I believe. Let me make sure I get it all correct. Spreaker, Spotify, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Deezer, Apple, GeoSavon, Google Podcasts, and now CastBox. I'm waiting for iHeartRadio. That's the only one. I'm waiting for a whole bunch from iHeartRadio, actually, of my shows. I turn them all in, so it should be hopefully shortly. But you can find it anywhere you find it. Like, subscribe, comment, and rate. Share with anybody who thinks needs to hear this or see this. Share Studio C, which is on Amazon Prime. And the video version of this show, of course, is on JLJ Media. Subscribe. I'm James Lott Jr. Please take care. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Trans lives matter.